Hello, and welcome to another edition of Guide to Youth with Reha and Dr. Z. On our show today, we will have a conversation about stalking and how to protect yourself if you are a victim of stalking. Podcasts of today's or previous show are available at www.razio.net. How are you today, Dr. Z?
Wonderful, Reha. How are you?
Just great. Enjoying the last few hours of my weekend. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Mm-hmm. Today we're talking about stalking. There is so much conversation about stalking, and there doesn't seem to be a clear definition about what is abusive behavior and how to keep children safe from this type of abusive behavior. With the integration of digital media into the lives of teenagers, stalking can take many forms. There are various examples of what stalking can be. A stalker can be someone you know, a past boyfriend or girlfriend, or a stranger. While the actual legal definition varies from one state to another, some examples of what stalkers may do include showing up at your home or place of work unannounced or uninvited. A stalker may send unwanted text messages, letters, emails, and voicemails. They may leave unwanted items such as gifts or flowers. They could constantly call you and then hang up. They could use social networking sites and technology to track you. They could spread rumors about you via the internet or word of mouth. They could make unwanted phone calls to you, call your employer or teacher, wait at places you hang out, or damage your home, car, or other property. And what do these stalkers really want? Is it attention, or is it sometimes just a wish to be malicious? It appears that the legal definition of stalking is very similar to the definition for harassment. In other words, some of the examples I read to you, dear listeners, may be welcome. For instance, if someone leaves you gifts such as flowers or something you wanted but didn't purchase it yourself, if you like the person and want that kind of attention, these items would be welcome. However, if you do not want this person's attention, their behavior becomes stalking. So at what point does a person's behavior transform from a welcome activity to stalking? I think that point may be if you alert the person that their activities or their acts are unwelcome and make you uncomfortable. Keep in mind that these are merely signs of abuse, and they don't necessarily mean abuse every single time. As your guide to youth, I just wanted to tell you that there is hope, that it is possible for you to fight back and protect yourself if you have been a victim of stalking. More victims of abuse, of stalking, of bullying, of online abuse reach out to their parents. And as with a lot of types of abuse, when you expose the behavior, it stops. In studio with us today, we have Dr. Z. How are you today?
Wonderful, Reha. How are you doing?
Oh, well, it's a great day, and we're happy to be here talking about stalking.
Yeah, interesting topic. I saw a friend of mine sent me a link on my email, and it was to a YouTube video where there was this guy out in a public place, and he was actually using social media as part of the prank. And I guess he was using something about Twitter and geo tweets and things like that. And what he was doing was looking at people who tweeted around him. I think it was a shopping mall. And he would read the tweet, and then he'd look at their Facebook, and then he would go find them in the store and chat them up as far as, hey, we went to college together, and, the victim basically was like, I've never seen you before. Who are you? Or, oh, yeah,
goodness.
I don't remember.
That's right.
Yeah, and so, it was a prank, but I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on online privacy and, protecting yourself as far as things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully nothing bad came out of it, and that is the extent of the abuse that was perpetrated onto these people. But with online media being so integrated into our lives, and especially with its popularity so high among teenagers, definitely something like that is possible. And it's encouraging to me to hear how many teens have learned that the best way to curb this type of online abuse is to reach out to their family members after being harassed or taunted or stalked, and to raise a red flag and get some help to keep this from happening again. So, more people are reaching out to their family members after being stalked or harassed. And it seems to me that if they continue to do that, then the incidence of online stalking is going to decrease. The more we expose this kind of behavior, I think the less likely it is to occur, and the more likely children are to be safe. Why do people abuse other people? Why do people stalk other people? Usually it's because they have unhealthy relationships, because they need attention, and because they don't know any better. They think that if they could only get to that person and get their attention, that they maybe could have a relationship with that person and be friends. But oftentimes when their actions are unwelcome, the person gets labeled a stalker, gets labeled abusive. And so conversely, if someone is stalking you, the best thing you can do is draw attention to the behavior and ask the other person to stop. Without that initial step, it is very difficult to stop the other person from further stalking you. And it's important to let the other person know how you feel about their actions, so that if they do not intend to harm you, they can stop. That is our presentation on stalking. Dr. Z, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for listening, everyone. This is Reha with another presentation of Guide to Youth. Please tune in next time. This is Reha and Dr. Z wishing you a wonderful weekend. Until next time, be good.